What's up, Cappy?
How you doing there, Keith? What's going on with you in your life?
Hanging in there, buddy. Things have been going good. Just looking forward to our game tomorrow at 4 o'clock, bud.
Yeah, and again, I'm kind of upset that we were cheated out of a primetime game because I think that anytime I think it should always be that anytime that the Bucks and the Raiders play, damn it, it should be in primetime game.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. The only good thing is I'm getting older, man. I'll get to bed before 1 o'clock, so that works out.
You're not getting older, Keith, man. You got the was it the Benjamin Button thing where you're reversing. You're getting younger as you get older, brother.
Yeah. Just keep telling my body that.
Well, I will. And for all those that are watching out here as well, I'd like to let all our viewers know that we are joined by probably the most famous of the Bucks. And again, I don't like the term super fan. I know that Keith doesn't as well, but it's a moniker. And we are joined by Big Nasty himself, Keith Kunzig. And Keith, for those that don't, I mean, obviously I live here and I've had a chance to know you and to get to know you for quite a few years. Give the audience a quick background on who you are and what you do and your super fandom with the Bucks.
Well, it's kind of crazy. Everybody, I call it a 50-50. 50% of the people that'll know who the hell you are, and the other 50 never even have a clue. But yeah, name's Keith Big Nasty Kunzig. I'm very proud to be a two-time Pro Football Hall of Famer. Once in 2001 with Visa, and the second time just recently with Ford for 2020. That right away tells you how much longevity we've had by doing this. But I agree with you, Captain Jack. It ain't about being a super fan. It's about being a super person. And what you do with this little persona that we've all created, the Big Nasty, that nickname was given to me by an old lady back in the day at the old Sombrero. And, the true nicknames are always given, not, made up by yourself. So, but what we've done with that, where I call it the 15-minute of fame that everybody sees on TV or whatever's what so may, but we've developed two awesome programs. We developed the Drugs Are Nasty program where we go to the local elementary schools and talk about drug prevention and saying no, walk away and tell somebody. But just like anything, storytelling has a very powerful effect to the youth, and I think it drives the point home. And hey, if we could save one child from making a mistake by trying drugs, or God forbid, preventing them from doing one-time overdoses, it's a win-win. And the other thing is, actually, Boss Hoggette, I can't take the credit. And those of you guys that don't know who Boss Hoggette is, if you ever see the guys with dresses and hog noses from the Washington Redskins, Mikey T. Boss Hoggette, when I got inducted in the hall, said, hey, Big Nasty, you need to do something down in Tampa Bay. And he does a thing where they call Hoggette for a day. And he said, why don't you do Nasty for a day? And I went, you really think somebody would bid on a day with Big Nasty for a game day experience? And here we've been doing that now since Destiny was in kindergarten. And now she just turned 21 and getting ready to graduate USF. So, and all those proceeds that we raise through that, whatever charity we do, all goes to the charity itself. There's no, I mean, I purchased the tickets, we do the jerseys, everything comes out of my pocket, but it's just my way of giving back as not a super fan, but a super person, because let's face it, man, it's all about, paying it forward and taking care of our brothers and sisters in the world.
Gotcha. And again, I've had the pleasure of hanging out with you in Canton with a big group of folks as well. For all of the folks who get a chance to go up to Canton during the Hall of Fame ceremonies, like I said, and like you said, I think it's rare that you're in the Hall of Fame twice.
Yeah, and it's really humbling, actually. And you know what? And I'm very proud to say it. Most people wouldn't say it, whether they think it's bragging or bashing, but the reason why I like to say it is because it's really not what badge you wear or what honor you received. But those aren't just for painting makeup on your face and acting like a lunatic on Sundays. it's what you've done in your local community. Visa as well as Ford didn't reach out to us to create this. You didn't get chosen because you scream the loudest, or some of these fans think they're the face of the franchise. It ain't about that. It's about what you do for the fellow fans. I mean, we don't get paid for this. You know that, Cap. We do this because we love to do it. We love the game day experience, and we like, especially when we meet one person, even if they're from out of town, an opposing fan, and it's their first game, you want it to be memorable. You want them to remember you. And, I can honestly say over the years, now that I'm getting older, obviously, when you've done it this long, you have people that come back and they bring their kids. They were kids when they took photos with you. Now they're bringing their kids to take photos with you. So, and that's what it's all about, is making that. Yeah, it ain't all about just the wins and losses. It's about, creating that fan for a lifetime, man. Because let's face it, we're not going to be here forever, man. And I remember, and this is a big compliment to you guys. Back in the day, we had bags over our heads. I mean, there's no lie. Before, there was no face painters when I started. It was all people wearing bags that said "sucking ears." It was horrible, absolutely horrible. And I remember seeing the black hole, right? And it's funny how I've developed probably the closest friends from Raider Nation. I mean, anywhere from Raider on, God rest his soul, to Shayat, which I call him Skull Muffin. Everybody laughs about that, but I gave him his nickname in Canton. Great guy, good family man. Let's face it, Violator. I mean, he's another what I call a super person. For what he's done. I can remember the day we met in Canton, and we took a picture with, it was me, you, Steve, and some Packer fan that I'd never even seen, a cheesehead of all people. But right then and there, it was a connection, and we've had that connection forever. So I'm just embarrassed that we haven't been on your show earlier. It's just how life is; it gets crazy sometimes, right? But,
anytime, and I reach out to the BUCS fans. I said, hey, I am in town, and yes, it's Raider centric, but it's not all Raider. Okay, so you guys can call in and chirp about your team or cheer about your team, or as long as you bring something positive to the show. Because there was a Browns fan that I had to basically say, yeah, you're gone, brother, because he brought nothing positive to the show. And I love talking with opposing fans, because if they know their stuff, it brings a lot more to the NFL and to everybody's general knowledge about football.
Absolutely. I agree 100%. And like I said about the black hole, I envisioned Tampa. I wanted them to be like the black hole, because let's face it was always opposing fans coming to our house and taking it over, right? And it's gotten better over the years. Now, this pandemic has put a wrench in things, but it's really nice to see when you're outnumbering the opposing fans again. This is, I've been a fan a long time. This is nothing new. I've seen this back when we were in the Norris division, when Packer fans used to travel, and Lion fans and Bear fans of all. And it would be a sellout crowd, but it would be 30% Bucks and the rest would be the opposing fans. But yeah, it's kind of neat seeing some of the, I guess you could say, what I'm talking about. It's the character fans. How about that? The character fans are very loud. They're screaming at the top of their voices. They don't have a voice when they come Monday. And when you go to the black hole, let's face it, that was awesome. I regret when Raider Ron invited me to come to Oakland and I didn't go. I want to kick myself in the butt. I let work get in the way, and not shortly after, he ended up passing away, which really stunk. Raider Ron's very close to me. He's the reason why I'm on the board of directors with PFUFA, so the Professional Football's Ultimate Fan Association, because it says, hey, my time's up and we need another hard ass in there, and you need to get in there. So I said, oh boy, what did you get me into? But it's been a good thing. Helping out in every which way. That's a great organization. Like I said, you don't need a badge to be a good person, right? Just do anything, and if you're seeking to be on TV and you're seeking to be quote the Superfan, you might not be doing it for the right reasons. That's my personal opinion. I think karma comes back in trifold for you, both good and bad. And I think, boy, if people would just enjoy the game, love the team, and just have fun. I said that I think that's what's made me last this many years, and I continue to love it. I continue to have fun, and I love my Bucks, baby.
No, I didn't quite catch that. About you being loving the Bucks fans, and I got and by the way, John, I got backstage because I know that you're so damn busy that I wanted to make sure that I gave your team, and trust me, I'm being kind. I've been biting my tongue for a lot of different things today. I do say this, okay? I say hate the team, but don't hate the fans unless they do something to do that, and then go find somebody that will take care of it civilly. But hate the team, but don't hate the fans. And like I said, people like you and John and Tim and Addict and all the folks that I've had a chance to hang out with, it's fantastic because I said, I hate that damn team, but you guys are awesome. So,
well, I'm not talking smack, but you're going to hate us again tomorrow too.
Okay. And two things, because I know you're not talking, but because we did that transition, okay. I want to talk about tomorrow, and again, I want to make sure that you tell me when you need to go, but I want you to go. I got three subjects before we get there. The first subject is I believe your team acquired a new receiver yesterday, and I want you to talk a little bit about that.
Well, I could tell you right now, when I saw that last night, we were at dinner, and I saw, they were talking to him, and then within 2 minutes later, he signed. That just goes to tell you they've been planning this for a while. When they restructured Ali Marpet's contract to get extra money, people are like, you get the occasional Facebook messenger that's, what do you think about that, Nasty? Well, what do I think about it? It's a long season. We've already went through injuries, and having a talent like that, whether it comes with drama or not, you got to welcome it. I mean, he is a hell of a wide receiver. And, if it was any other quarterback than Tom Brady, I'd be a little concerned whether they can handle if they had an episode. How's that sound? But now, I mean, Bubba, that offense looks devastating now. And the thing is, if Mike's ankle doesn't heal up right now, we got a number one in there, But I'm going to tell you something. When it comes to Evans and Godwin, when they're solid, and now you got Gronk playing, even before Mr. Brown comes to town, it was like, whoa, we're playing for real. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow's game. Hopefully we can put two solid victories together like we did against the Green Bay Packers, because I could tell you seeing it live is a lot different than seeing it on TV. Now, that might sound silly, but the demeanor I've seen Tom Brady, and I'm one of those, I got to see it to accept you. You know how we are, right? You can go everywhere else, but until you've done it in Tampa Bay, I have an issue. But I watched the San Diego game where we were down big, and then the comeback and the calmness and the confidence level. That's the crazy part of it. It ain't like no wild plays that made it happen. It was just consistency, right? And then you see the Green Bay Packer game. I thought when it was 10-0, I thought we were going to get blown out. I said, uh-oh, we're in trouble. And then all of a sudden, you really handled that team. And that was an undefeated football team. And let's face it, Rodgers is the real deal, man. I don't care what anybody says. So, we're really interested in seeing you guys, because what you guys do is you're one of those bust you in the mouth kind of teams. You don't back down from anybody. You never have. Even when you're having rough years like us, we've always come out aggressive. We always bust you in the mouth, and we're going to try to out-physical you. And I just think we're in store for a phenomenal game. Not a great game, a phenomenal game. I think it's going to come down to a field goal. I really do. I think it's going to be one of those slobber knocking, old-fashioned football games, man. And you guys got some serious talent on that side of the field. So the unfortunate thing, we're not going to have Brown. It takes time to mesh. And I think they were saying, believe it or not, he might be ready for the New Orleans game, prime time. That would be huge for us. So we'll see. So as far as AB, I'm excited about it. I think we got the team that works together. I'm pretty impressed with the chemistry. So, and plus, you got enough veterans on that team to keep him in line.
I got you. And I'm going to do this real quick. I'm going to change the background, and then I'm going to add.
Hey, there's my boy.
What's up?
Hey, Johnny.
How's it going, Nasty?
Good to see you, pal.
Again,
what's up, Jay?
I know that there's only two of you, but it takes more than two to really upset me. Okay.
It takes two to make a thing go right.
There you go. And
Jay,
sir,
just sorry to interrupt, but I wanted to do this while Keith was on here too. But I don't know if you noticed my boy here, Derek Brooks, is about to stack Rich Gannon.
Yeah,
we need to change that to a number 4.
No.
Because they're going to be on the back tomorrow.
There looks like Levante David coming after him.
Exactly.
See, there is no Rich Gannon. There is no Derek Brooks. And by the way, when I bought my truck over in Lakeland, Derek was there doing an appearance, and I had on my, me, John, and me, Keith. I'm almost always showing something. So I had on my AFC Champions.
I hope you're talking about Raiders stuff.
I'm sorry, what was that?
You said you're always showing something. I said, I hope you're talking about Raiders gear.
For sure. Because we're talking about super people, and that would make, and because of you, John, and because of Keith, and I know you find this hard to believe, Keith, I actually try to watch my mouth when I'm with you guys. I mean, I really do. Because Keith will be like, "Look, I'll let one fly," and Keith will. And I'm like, "Yeah, sorry," and I will tone it down about 3 because I get so excited when I'm in character. Sometimes it just kind of goes out.
It's funny how you can just turn it on, like, let's rock the house, baby. It's like weird how you can just go into character right away. And the thing is, now you know what those true wrestlers go through, and I know a lot of them that are very good friends of mine, the Nasty Boys. I don't know if you remember Knobs and Thad. Let me tell you something. Knobsy is like a full-time wrestler all the time. He never comes out of character.
Yeah.
But Zags, he scared the hell out of me. That guy is the most calmest dude you'll ever see in your life. Then all of a sudden, I'm going through a wall on TV. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, but no, it's all good. So you said you had 2 other things. What's the 2 other things?
Well, we got and again, no more Gannon. And by the way, that is the guy that knocked Gannon out of the NFL.
But we could do number 54, number 58, number 90. We can go all day.
Well,
number 4, 5. I'll take 4 or 5.
Exactly.
Woo.
I
the thing is crazy. I don't know if you know D's Bucks, but D's Bucks showed me a formation last night at dinner that I didn't even see. And it was crazy what that defense has been doing. They literally had Whitehead at the nose guard.
Yeah.
And they had Sue playing linebacker. And you had all the other guys up front, and you didn't know where that blitz was coming from. And I'm like, oh, my God, why aren't these guys running it right up the gut? You know what I mean? But and that was the sacks on Aaron Rodgers. He didn't even see it coming.
The Jets too, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be fun. I'm interested to see how Carr's going to handle, I'm going to tell you right now how I feel. The best defensive coordinator in the league right now. That's how I feel, because that's a big reason why we're 4-2 right now.
I'll give it that. And I was going to talk about that, the fact that this team reminds me of a certain team that the Raiders faced in the postseason, in that it has an offense, although the offense is better. Okay. And again, I don't poo-poo things. This defense is really good. But I, as I've said, and I think this is like my third iteration of saying it, because I was on a podcast with Redicus for Cannon Fire. I was on something with Raider Homer, and obviously I'm on here with you. Is that John Gruden has had this game circled, italicized, marked, starred for years.
And a bye week. And a bye week on top of it.
Yeah. And this was the game, and it was only with the second thing was what I was saying, Keith, was that there was a certain quarterback who I don't mention his name. I just call him that bastard. And even when I was with Rhett, he says, Captain Jack, you're the only person that I know that can call that bastard, because I refuse to say his name. I can't stand him. I give him his due, but I can't stand him because we all call him just a cheater for short. But getting back to that, I think, like you said, it's going to come down to how our offense can score on a very good defense. Because again, the BUCS are averaging 29 in offense, and they're only giving up about 20. We're averaging 30, but we're also giving up 30. It's about the same thing. So it's a matter of, if our offense can score more than the 20 that the Bears laid on you, and that was a bad game, and you guys came back from that.
Disgusting.
But now you guys played a perfect game last week. You played a perfect game last week. No penalties
after the first quarter.
Oh, but first quarter. But no penalties, no sacks given up, and no turnovers, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, first time in over 20 years, right? Something like that, Johnny?
1999.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, I can't remember a day when the BUCS didn't have, at least 10.
Yeah,
I mean, it's.
I remember.
But and I know that the Raiders, just the persona alone is like, it's going to be a nasty game, right? You just know it. I mean, and the good thing is our boys are going for the challenge. You know what I mean? But like I said, I still think it's going to be a phenomenal game. I'm actually happy it's at 4:00. I know Johnny is, because Johnny was going to be a superstar on Sunday night. Yeah. I don't know if you know it, but they chose Johnny to be on the boob tube representing the Buccaneers. So you'll get the next one, Johnny. I know you will.
It wasn't about me. It was about sharing it with the Buccaneer Invasion crew, because I contacted a BUCS rep and asked him, "Hey, can the group be in the picture with me?" And he was like, "Go for it."
Yeah, we're still waiting on that Sunday night where we all did the pool jump. Remember that?
Oh, that was awesome.
Let me tell you something, Cappy. When you see that, seeing Big Nasty in a tee back, oh boy, is that sweet to see.
Oh, Keith, I have a picture for both of you to see that I'll post later.
Oh God, not bad. I think that's my key that I got to get out of here, man. Hey, I just want to tell you, I love you guys. Thanks for having me on. It's been a great time. And Johnny, take the fort, and let's be happy after 4:00's game tomorrow. And let everybody be healthy, let everybody be safe, and let the best team win. How's that sound?
Right. That's right.
Well, I'll do that. All
right. There you go. Well, God bless and good luck. And you know what would be even better? A Super Bowl with Tampa and the Raiders in Tampa.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Another dead right there.
With the reverse.
No.
With the reverse. What happened?
Don't want to hear that.
No,
love you. I love you. Peace out. Gotta go. You guys take care.
Love you, man.
Thanks again now. And again, it's always a good day when, like I said, we have a chance to have Big Nasty on. And again, John, folks, I know John for years and years and years, and it's kind of like a longer than actually that I've known Keith. But I wanted to make sure that everybody here had a chance to meet you and a little bit about your fandom with the Buccaneers and your history there as well.
Sure. I was raised literally blocks away from the old Tampa Stadium. I was born at St. Joseph's in 1975. Bucks started playing 76. So it's kind of, I was born into the Bucks life, I guess you could say. And a lot of that had to do with my mom, my fandom. She was a big, huge Bucks fan, and I went to games with her when I was like 6 years old. And I figured as I grew older, if it was that important to her, then, it should be to me as well. But as far as this guy goes, back when we met, Jay, I was far from this, and you know that.
Yes.
Far from it. I was the fan, but I wasn't the super fan. But it was guys like the Captain Tim Young. It was Keith. Those are the guys that got me into this. The cape that I wear was given to me by Big Nasty. So I kind of just went with the cape. So got my cape and I ran with it, I guess you could say. But
or flew with it.
Exactly. I took it and flew.
Yeah.
And as far as what else I do, this. I put together a group. It's called the Buccaneer Invasion, and it started in Atlanta and moved down here. I didn't know how that transition was going to work, but it's really well. As we do watch parties for all the games. For the people that can't make it to games. For anybody that just wants to sit in an air-conditioned environment and have fun. So I've been doing that for, about 8 years, putting together and raising thousands of dollars for charity. So it's fun. I love it. I'm extremely proud to be part of, such a great Superfan group, including yourself, Keith, Tim, Raider Homer, everybody that's out there. And out of all my friends, I have to say that I have more Raider friends than I do any other team.
Yeah, so. That's what Keith said as well. He said that the amount of friends that he has outside of his Bucks friends, it's the most of them are Raiders, are Raider Nation.
Exactly. I mean, I met Raider Ron a couple of times in Canton, and just thought, he was a great guy. His mother, Betty, and I, we converse now and then because, I guess I made an impression on her to where she checks up on me. When my brother died last year, Miss Betty was messaging back and forth with my mom, because she had been through that experience and was helping my mom get through hers. So I've got deep ties to the Raiders. If I wasn't a Bucks fan, honestly, I'd probably be a Raider fan. Definitely not a Falcons fan.
Come on over. You got to change your color scheme.
Not gonna happen.
Well, as I said to you, and you know this as well, if the Raiders cease to exist, I wouldn't be a fan of any other team. So I would be Captain Jack, the Raider fan. I wouldn't say former Raider fan because I'd always be the Raider fan, and I would just be kind of like I'd go and hang out with everybody, but I would never be a fan of another team. Whatever team came into the fold that would usurp our role in the NFL, I just couldn't back.
I get it. And, years back, and I'm sure you were here then, before the Glazers owned the team, and, penny pinching Hugh Culverhouse was the owner. They were shopping the team around to Baltimore and, amongst other cities. And, even Orlando. If the Buccaneers were to move to Orlando, I can't say that I would be the fan that I am because Tampa's my hometown. But if they were to have moved to Baltimore or any other city, for sure that they would change the name because, Tampa got their name, the Buccaneers, because of, Gasparilla, Jose Gaspar, all that kind of stuff. So it's part of the community. And to move them to Baltimore, the Baltimore Buccaneers, that would never be. And they would change their name. It'd be, some Baltimore something. And at that point, I would lose my interest in the team.
Right.
Ruining my childhood.
And I got a chance to. Ed Winchell asked, and this is John now. And Big Nasty had to go, so this is my other brother, Superfan John Blakey.
Pirate from a different ship.
There you go, pirate from a different wench. There you go.
There you go. Love it.
Now, what are your feelings? And again, Nasty had a chance to talk to about that person, and I won't say his name because I won't say the name of your quarterback because I despise him, and I won't say the name of the malcontent that you signed. So you can go ahead and say that for me. But what are your feelings about who?
Tom Brady. Yeah, I hold on. Let me get a reminder just to show you his name. I have a bobblehead here. I'll move.
I'm not looking. I'm not looking.
Hold on 1 second.
I'm not looking.
The question. I'm listening.
Yeah, the malcontent that you signed at receiver the other day.
Yes.
Okay. Again, I just call him 84 because that's the best I can do.
Oh, and the way that he was for your team, I totally understand that.
Well, see, but that's the thing, John. He never played a snap. Right. He went from Pittsburgh, to my estimation, went to the Patriots.
That's all it was.
It was his way of diverting Pittsburgh, losing him to the New England, and that's all it was. Just like Brett Favre tried to do when he went from Green Bay,
New York,
ultimately to Minnesota, but he did it through the Jets, and that's just the way it is. So that's just the way it is. But now he said, and I agree that whatever your name of that guy who throws the football, it would be Again, I don't see the name. I can't see.
12.
I call him that bastard.
Or you can call him the GOAT. That'll work too.
No. I won't call him the GOAT. I usually call him that bastard or the cheater. Okay. Or deflated balls.
All right. I get it.
Okay. But having that person, that person on your team with that person throwing him the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And again, the BUCS offense is a fantastic upgrade, but they did lose Howard, and Evans has been hobbled.
Right.
And so they needed another person there. And actually, JT the Brick called this signing back 6 months ago.
Oh yeah.
And I actually saw the tweet.
As soon as Brady signed with the team, the rumblings were out there that he was going to be next. You know, at that, I'll be honest with you. At that time, my thoughts were, no, I don't want him on our team. I don't, because Mike Evans and Chris Godwin are Buccaneers, and you know how I am though, Jay. If you wear a Buccaneer uniform, I'll cheer for you no matter what.
Exactly.
You know, no matter what your attitude is, no matter how bad of a person you are, I'm going to cheer you on. I mean, Michael Pittman tried to run his wife down with a Hummer, but you know. As far as Antonio Brown goes, if you would have asked me 6 months, I would have said, no way. But now that Evans and Godwin both have been hobbled the last couple of games, and Scotty Miller has become our number 2 receiver, I think that Antonio Brown he's an insurance policy. As long as he doesn't disrupt the locker room, as long as he goes out and, you know, does what he did, like he did in Pittsburgh, I'm totally fine with that. But if you start acting a fool like you did in Oakland, like you did in New England, then I hope that the Bucs have enough sense to, you know, make him walk the plank, honestly.
I see that. I just need to make sure that, folks, if you're in the chat, and I do see you, I want to take a quick couple minutes to recognize all the people that are here in the chat. Cheryl, thank you for being here. Ed Winchell, who asked the question to you. Kelly Farley, I'm sorry about the passing of your princess. That's her dog. Sorry about that. Debbie Phillips, my beautiful Steeler fan, love her to death as well. Jason Dean Hunter, great to see you in here as well. And I think that Matt Marinovich is in here as well. If you're here and I didn't get a chance to recognize you, thank you for being here. But we were here with Big Nasty early as well. We got John Superfan Blakey in here, and we're talking about the new edition, but we're not going to see that new edition. And I actually wanted, and there's not a Raider fan out there that didn't want to see 84 suit up for the Buccaneers.
You won't get to wear 84 with the Buccaneers, by the way.
Well, I mean, but that's all I'm going to be calling him. Okay?
That's Cameron Brate.
Right, yeah, Cameron Brate, who, in my estimation, is the best tight end on the team.
Agreed. He's undervalued, just like Levante David.
Yes.
Same category. You know, and I've always said, I'm sorry to change the subject, but Levante David, if you don't know who he is, you really need to look up his stats, because that guy, if he was on Chicago, if he was on Pittsburgh, if he was on the Giants, he would be a first ballot Hall of Famer, but yet he gets no respect in Tampa. None. I mean, he gets respect from our fans, but the national media, nothing.
Yeah.
And it's sad. It is really sad.
And I tell you what, I'd love to see him playing with silver and black. I'm not sure what his contract status is, but I'd love to have him as a free agent.
If the Bucs don't lock him in for a long-term career-ending contract, they're stupid.
Yeah. But getting to that, John, as well, how do you see the game tomorrow as far as like I threw the stats out to Raiders are averaging 30.2, but they're giving up like 30.2. It's about the same numbers.
Sure.
Buccaneers are only giving up 20 points a game defensively, and they're averaging 29 on offense.
Right.
So, I mean, statistically, what do you see come back again? Because, again, Nash was talking about the comeback you guys had against the Chargers. In my estimation, you really should have lost that game, but the Chargers gave it to you after a while.
Those are games in the past without Tom Brady, without Bruce Arians, that the Bucs would have just laid down. They would have lost that game and never made a comeback. So that goes to show me how much the culture has changed in the locker room. So, as far as the Raiders game goes, I think the Raiders are a good team. If not for the Chiefs in that division, I mean, you guys are probably running away with it every year. But as we all know, that only lasts for a short time. And their day is going to come, and they're going to fall back to the bottom. Look at the Atlanta Falcons in our division. They were pushing. They were in a Super Bowl. They had it. They should have won that game. And now look at where they are. They're in last place in the NFC South. But the Raiders, I mean, they're a respected team. They've got some nice pieces. I watched them, when they were playing the Chiefs that Monday Night Football game. They looked great. As far as the Bucs go, Jay, you know me, I'm a realist. I'm not going to sit here and I'm going to say, oh, the Bucs are going to blow them away. That's not me. That's not my style. I don't want to ruin my credibility as a fan. So the Bucs are a mixed bag. The games that we should win, we lose. The games we shouldn't win, we win. So my question all at the beginning of the season was whether the defense was going to be able to match the output of the offense. And in all honesty, they're playing well this season, but that's still my big question mark. It's early to call them the 2003 Super Bowl champion, great defense that the Bucs had. They've got to prove themselves to the fans, to the national media, to everyone, just like they did. Honestly, I think it will be a close game. I don't know, 17-10, 17-14. Which way that's going to go, honestly, I'll leave that up to the people that work for ESPN to say. I'm just going to watch the game. I'm going to watch the game with you tomorrow, and we're going to have a great time. That's what I'm looking forward to. Yeah,
and again, I think it's horrible and I just heard from Keith that you were, tabbed to be, a great piece for the show.
Yeah, that was the first choice. That was first choice for the pregame show, and this is tipping my hat to you guys. They were going to put together a video wall, basically, kind of like during the draft is what it sounded like to me, and only 9 fans nationwide, worldwide, were going to be in this video. 3 of them Buccaneer fans, 6 Raider fans. So, that just goes to show, how much you guys, the Raiders, are respected, amongst the national media, just everywhere. But yeah, to be one of 3 Buccaneer fans and to be chosen first, a total honor. And also, Jay, I think you know me. I'm not the kind of guy that likes to take all the spotlight. What we were going to do was our Buccaneer Invasion group. I was going to have them in the video with me.
Right.
They got their national spotlight too. So,
hopefully it'll happen.
Yeah, exactly. Someday.
Yeah. I was gonna say, well, I'll have to figure out who those 6 Raider guys were, because that would have been, unique. Oh yeah. But no, and I wasn't one, folks. So don't think it was me. I was not one of those 6. So I ain't going there. If I was on TV, it was because I was peeking over John's shoulder, giving him rabbit ears.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, and I would have made for a good shot. Rabbit ears. Yeah.
Well, Jay, I've got some ideas for this weekend. Some pirate war pictures that we can take that the winner can post.
Okay. I got that.
I would like to do that. That'll be fun.
Yeah, and for those that don't know, like I said, there will be, myself, and only because it's John, because I've been COVIDed out for all these weeks, and most of the people know that I have barely left the house other than to go eat and occasional things I have to do. But because John asked me, I said, for you, I'm going to go out for that. And I said, of course, I need to be socially distant. Of course, John says back, oh, yeah, we will definitely social distance from you.
Don't worry.
Yeah, we will definitely social distance. I'll be over in the corner. There you go.
Yep.
But we'll definitely have a good time. And like John said, and I've already done, like I said, with the Rhett's broadcast, I gave my interpretation. With Homer, I gave he asked me for a score. I said, I don't do scores. I just said, who's to say? I said, this is what it takes to win.
With my team, I don't pick winners. I don't do that. I don't want to jinx myself.
Right.
I'll tell you it'll be a close game or a blowout, but I won't go any further than that.
Yeah, and I will be very disappointed. I will be very disappointed if it is a blowout for the team that does not wear silver and black, that our team did not show up. I will be very disappointed there.
And that's the way I am too. Is I'm not mad at the other team. I'm disappointed in my own team because they should have put up a better effort.
Right. John, what are your feelings about? And one of my buddies, and he asked me this before we went on the show. And if there's somebody that's watching that knows the answer to this, because I certainly don't. Okay, about the offensive line for the Raiders. Basically, the entire offensive line was put on wraps. Well, they're all, if they all get one more negative COVID test, left tackle to right guard are going to be back.
Estimated.
Yeah.
By injury, by the COVID, and I'm not saying by the Buccaneers. I'm saying by COVID. Yeah.
And again, we will need those guys back now. Trent Brown has played one game. for the Raiders. It was the last game. Now, granted, he played like 3 snaps in the very first game of the year, but I don't even count that. He was on the field for like 30 seconds.
A cup of coffee, kind of like Steven Stamkos in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah, but at least Steven Stamkos scored a goal.
And he got a ring.
Yes, he got a ring. But having said that, though, I really think, and this is the thing that upsets me, along with my gentleman friend Fast Eddie, is like, does anybody know why Jonathan Abram was cited as being in close contact with Trent Brown on Tuesday, and so he's not eligible for the game tomorrow, where all the other offensive linemen can play? But apparently, and I read the article, it said where the NFL had, because Trent Brown, who's a knucklehead, and I'll be on record to say that Trent Brown is a knucklehead for not wearing his tag.
Well, also you have to kind of blame the organization because they didn't have a tighter grip on that. I mean, you would think they would say, okay, guys, let's kind of stay away from these guys because of the virus.
But the thing is that the virus thing didn't come out until when it did come out, but Trent Brown was not wearing his tracker.
Gotcha.
And so I personally blame the head coach and the organization for that. I get it. And that the right tackle, I'm on record as saying he's definitely, and I can't even say it as well as my lady friend Vicky, who calls him the $12 million Twinkie eater, because that's all he does. He gets paid $12 million, and all he does is eat Twinkies because he's had one game.
He makes sure that bench stays right where it's at.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Has he been on the sideline at least?
Yeah, he has, but it's still like.
So he's the right water guard.
Pretty much, yeah.
That bench doesn't move.
Yeah, he plays right water cooler.
Exactly.
But I still want to know why Jonathan Abram. And again, we don't know what that reason is.
Right.
But Jonathan Abram, who is a vital cog to our secondary, and it would be instrumental in keeping that bastard. You know who that bastard is?
Yeah.
From picking us apart. He's not going to play tomorrow. And that's what upsets me more than anything. It's like we played a lot of these games without Trent Brown at right tackle.
Yeah.
So we're used to it.
Right.
And him not playing it is going to hurt us, because him playing against Kansas City, 2 weeks ago, and with Henry Ruggs in there, we're 3-0 when Henry Ruggs plays. We're 3-0.
Sure.
But when Henry Ruggs doesn't play, we're 0-2. So we need to get all of those things back. But I still, I firmly believe, and it's not really that you are paranoid. You're not paranoid if what you're saying is true.
Right, exactly.
I really think the NFL has an agenda still. And until there is not a Davis in charge of the Buccaneers, in charge of the Raiders, I was still thinking about the Buccaneers game. Until there's not a Davis in charge of the Raiders, they're going to screw the Raiders over. And that's
it's also kind of like it's like the Buccaneers, for whatever reason, they don't get the attention that they should. It's like the NFL and national media just says, oh, it's the Buccaneers. I mean, John Lynch, Rondé Barber, those guys should be in the Hall of Fame by now. But yet, because they're Buccaneers, they're not in there. But again, like I was saying about Levante David, if you're on the Bears, the Giants, the Steelers, all those teams that are known for their defense, they're first ballot, without a doubt.
Got it. But now I didn't want to. I definitely wanted to make sure I filled out the hour. Now, John, I don't know what your schedule's like tonight. I was going to open up the phone lines, but only if you wanted to answer. And I'm not sure.
Sure, man. Go for it.
Yeah. Okay. Let me do this, folks. If I'm going to open up the phone lines, so we'll get some people in here. There we go. And let me turn on the phone, or we're not going to have any phone people calling us.
Oh, by the way, Jay, real quick, I know that we've been alluding to it, and I missed the first part of the show, But we are having a get-together tomorrow at Dave & Buster's.
Yes.
That is usually where we have our Buccaneer Invasion watch parties. But tomorrow, just for the game, because of you, we're going to call it the Pirate Invasion. So
and I appreciate that. And folks that don't know, like I said, John was showing me some of the placards that we were going to put up, and I said, John, I'm not showing that one placard because that's just bad juju, bad juju.
I changed it for you.
And I appreciated that because I'm like, not doing that one.
But if you're a Raiders fan, this is my personal invite to you. Tomorrow we're having a watch party at 4:05, of course, at Dave & Buster's in Brandon. And it's on the border between Brandon and Tampa. It's technically Tampa, but it's in Brandon. Go figure.
It's not really Tampa. It's Brandon, right. But since it's on the other side of 75, technically exactly. It's Tampa.
But all the Raider fans that are local, you're invited. We're going to extend the hospitality that Dave & Buster's gives us, and that will be 20% off of your meal. They are also kind enough to give us game power cards, which you can play. You can play all day with this power card on blue light games, the non-ticketed games, and you can play all day for free. On top of that, we're also going to be switching up our arrangement. Usually we do a Buccaneer item raffle, but since we're having guests, we decided to make it a little bit fair for both. So we're going to do a 50-50 raffle. And then, of course, you know how the rules for that work. 50 goes towards the group, 50 goes to someone's pocket. And we all like free money, right?
Oh, yeah. I love that.
And on top of that, with us being so close to Halloween, and because Buccaneer fans and Raider fans are known for dressing up, my super fan, your Captain Jack, we're going to have a contest, a Halloween contest, costume contest. And Jay, you and I will be the MCs. We will not be in the contest because, yeah, exactly. Anybody that shows up, Raider fan, Buck fan, you're allowed to be in the contest. And it will be, whether you want to dress up as a Bucks fan, a Raiders fan, you want to dress up as, Charlie Brown, you want to do whatever you want to do. We're going to have a first, a second, and a third place prizes. And it will be gift certificates to Dave & Buster's. They've been kind enough to give us $120 in gift certificates for food. So nice. Technically, if you win the contest, you've already paid for your trip.
Yeah.
But we're going to divvy that up. It's probably going to be more like 60-40-20, 60 for the winner. 60 for the winner, 40 for the second, and 20 for third. And Jay, if you win the $60 and you don't get $60 worth of food that time, guess what? Bring it back and come see us again.
Oh, okay.
On top of that, I've already downloaded the Autumn Wind song just for you.
All right.
We play Cannon Fire during the game, Buccaneer, the Walk the Plank song. I've got the Autumn Wind song for you, and we're gonna share the stage. We're gonna have fun.
And hopefully I hear a lot more Autumn Wind than the Cannon Fire song. But again, folks, if you want to talk about the game itself, and I know that we had folks in here. Matt Bouchane is letting me know that the Dodgers are winning over the Rays, which is not good. Yeah, I know, John. But he is giving the baseball score. Jeff Turner's good. You're going to meet Jeff Turner. Jeff, I think I'm going to meet you there as well because I don't know whether I've met Jeff Turner.
Are we talking about Jeff Turner that used to play for the Orlando Magic?
I don't think so, but this is the Jeff Turner that's a Raiders fan. So he
went to Brandon High School.
Well, if that's Jeff Turner played for the Magic, then I don't know why aren't you on the show and having me give an interview with you?
Right.
But, we'll go from there. But again, if you want to call in, the number is there, 813-699-0834. We're ready to answer your questions. And John, only if you can hang out a while.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, I can give you another 20 minutes. How's that?
Another how much?
20?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
And if I get no phone calls, then I get a chance to take off my captain's hat.
Okay, and Jay, you will appreciate this. The only reason I'm saying another 20 minutes is because I've got a lovely lady that's sitting over here to my side.
Yeah.
And, I got to give her more, the attention too. It's a good thing she likes the Bucks. So, and you'll be here tomorrow.
That's fine. That's fine. You trust me. I know about that. I don't have a lovely lady in the room, which is why I can do a lot more time.
I get it.
Yeah, don't answer. But and again, I'm only going to we're only going 15. So
Okay.
if we get any calls, fantastic. But if you're going to call, you need to start it off now, because I'm not going to keep John on the line while there's a hottie over there in the other room.
Exactly.
But again, I firmly believe that, and I want to be there at the end of the game. I don't want to be so embarrassed. And again, I never walked out of a Raider game at all. And we do have a call, which is good. Okay. Caller at 209. Who am I talking to?
Hey, this is Raider Gus from California.
Hey, Raider Gus. How you doing, brother? Good to hear from you.
Good. I haven't talked to you in a couple of weeks since I beat the Saints game.
Yeah. Now, did you pick the Raiders over the Saints?
Yeah, you remember I was telling you how we got actually no respect in that game, and I love how we took it.
Okay. Hey, John, can you hear Gus?
Yes, I can. And
Okay.
Gus, that's a great choice, because anytime a division rival, plays someone, I'm rooting for the other team.
There you go. So John was a rabid Raiders fan for that opening game, and that's for sure. So what do you got for us tonight, Gus? What's your thoughts on the game?
Well, I'm thinking this game is real personal, because you got Mr. Tucker, and then you got the Buccaneers who beat us in the Super Bowl.
Right.
Combined in one game.
Oh yeah.
So, as a Raider fan, this is very personal to have those both on, playing against the Raiders at one time. And I hope the Raiders take it personally, and I know Chucky probably will, because he was involved in both of those scenarios, both those games. So,
right.
But the Bucs are good, but hopefully we can send Brady out on a losing record. So, with the Raiders.
Well, unfortunately, I said this in earlier podcasts. I said I envisioned that. I don't say him by his name. I said I envisioned that bastard being sandwiched by Mad Max Crosby and the new iteration of number 24, which would have taken the place for Seawood. But unfortunately, 24 ain't playing tomorrow. And that kind of throws that iteration out the window. And I'm hoping that at least Mad Max will be in on that sandwich of that bastard somewhere, and we'll figure out who the other person will be that will be able to high-low Johnny Primadonna.
And I'm sure you guys don't care who it is.
There you go. Yeah, for sure. Now, John is one thing, John. Now, John, how do you see the Raiders defense with that bastard on the field? 1 second, Gus. I want to hear what he says, and he's going to answer anything you got.
It's in all honesty, like you were saying earlier with the stats, what was it, 30 points they were giving up? Or
Bucks are only giving up 20.
Okay. Let the better team win, in all honesty. Like I told you, I'm a realist. So I don't know. I just think it's going to be a great showdown, in all honesty. And I think Brady's going to get his because the offense has been, pass driven. But of course, I'm sure you don't mind about the yardage as long as you keep him out of the end zone.
Oh yeah. I agree.
So I think Brady's going to get his one way or another, whether it be win or lose. So if your team plays well and keeps them out of the end zone, I don't think you guys aren't even going to blink an eye to that. A win and win, right?
Oh yeah. I'll do that. Gus, how do you see tomorrow's game?
I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to come down to turnovers. If we can get
agreed,
maybe a pick six or a fumble recovery, I think that's going to help us win the game. But I think it's going to be very close. I mean, with Brady, let me tell you this. With Brady, expect a lot of penalties against the Raiders. I'm just telling you right now. When we play Brady, we'll get at least 6-7 penalties in the game. So I'm saying expect that as well. Yeah,
I and that's unfortunate, but he's one of those favored few.
Yeah.
But
actually,
I was surprised that the Raiders had very few penalties against Kermit the Frog 2 weeks ago.
Well, that's what scares me when you're talking about Max Crosby, because if Max Crosby hits Brady a little too hard, he's probably gonna get thrown out the game. You know what I mean? That's what comes with hitting Brady.
That's
okay.
it.
I want to talk to your buddy there. How does it feel to be a fan of the little sisters of the Raiders? The Red Raiders.
Well, you guys.
I told.
Basically, our persona.
I told John I called them the faux pirates. The faux is French word for fake pirates. But go ahead.
I will give you guys this. You guys have been around a lot longer than we have, so I'll give you that. But the Buccaneers. I'm not going to say that we copied you. We just took from our community. Gasparilla, Jose Gaspar. You can only go so long with a winking pirate that's not scary to anyone and not have to change.
Right. And I told John, and I will say this, and a lot of people who know me know this, and John especially knows this. I had no problem with the Buccaneers when they had, Bucko Bruce on their helmet. It was when they started using cross swords. Cross swords, John, 1960, cross swords.
Hey, the Glazers went with what they saw was successful. And at that time, it was the use of incorporating black into the color scheme. And again, like I said, the winking pirate can only go so long. So, it has worked for you guys for so long. Why not go with the Jolly Roger?
Yeah, I got you.
You copy what successful, right?
You basically became the Red Raiders.
Hey, Jeff, I appreciate the input. You got anything else, brother?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, Jeff. Or sorry, Gus. I'm calling you Jeff. I'm thinking Gus and looking at Jeff. I'm sorry, Gus.
Yeah, no, I just want to say, give a shout out to Raider Pat out there in Florida and all the Raider Nation. Let's have a good game tomorrow, and let's beat the little Red Raiders.
There you go. I'm all for that.
Good call, Gus.
Have a good day, guys.
Hey, thanks again, Gus. You take care.
Bye.
All right. That's and again, and I'd love, and that's why I wanted to have more Bucs fans.
I
know.
See, a lot of Bucs fans still think that you guys are this menacing, mean fan base, and I know differently.
Right.
You guys are good at what you do, but I know you're such a kind guy. You would give the shirt off your back to anybody, but probably a Chiefs or anybody in your division.
Yeah, I would give my shirt to pretty much everybody except for I think about 5 people in the world right now.
And Patriots.
Yeah. And you know what? Depending upon, because there's some Chiefs fans that I know that are awesome.
Yeah.
They're Patriot fans that I know. They're, like I said, there's Doc Cabral who called me yesterday. There's Sharon that I love her to death from that lives out in Colorado. She's in Donkey Country. And there's Sylvia Hartley, who's married to a Raider fan. So, you know, there's some decent.
Oh, there is.
There's some decent Patriots fans.
And you have met a lot of great fans going to Canton. And to see all the super fans for Hall of Fame weekend. I mean, it's amazing. You can't leave and not be in awe. So
for sure. Folks, if you want to dial in, you got about 4 minutes, because I'm gonna let Johnny off the line at a quarter after the hour, and it's 10 minutes right now. So if you want to dial in, you might be that last caller, and I want to make sure I get at least one, because I'm not pissing off the lady in the room.
Do they get a prize?
Sure. They get a chance to see me smile, which is rare.
It's all good.
There you go. If you got a question or a call for for tomorrow's game, please give us a ring up, 813-699-0834, 813-699-0834. And while we are waiting, again, I want to reiterate, I want to thank John Superfan Blakey, who's been my friend for years.
I was thinking about it today. It's probably right around 15 years.
Yeah. And I've known John for so long, and the one good thing is that you guys always say about, you know, why does Captain always have all these different jerseys that he wears? You know, if it wasn't for working with John at one store and then working with Greg at another store, and trust me, I ain't buying jerseys without a discount. They're too friggin' expensive.
Me too, Jay, which, by the way, I need to pass along some information to you tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that most definitely. Hey, I'm all for good stuff.
Exactly.
Folks, again, you got about 3 minutes, because I'm going to turn John loose, and I know I have Homer and Thor and Jason Dean and Jeff Turner, folks that are in there. If you want to make a call, and I trust me, you want to talk to Homer. You want to talk to Homer, John. I know you do.
Which I heard he's doing a Elite Superfans podcast, which I offered my services to, by the way.
Oh yeah. And it was a surprise to me. I saw it up on his page. I'm like, okay, that's new. Yeah. Didn't know about it, but
so in a way, Jay, this is my audition for that.
Yeah, and you know, speak of the devil. And I knew he would goad him. I knew I would goad him. Homer, you get the last call for sure. How you doing, brother? What's going on?
I'm doing well, Cap. I'm ready for tomorrow's game.
Yes. And John, I just did something with Homer.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to see a pissed off Captain Jack, make sure you tune in tomorrow.
Okay, I'll take care of it. I'll definitely do that.
But for sure. How you doing tonight there, Homer?
What's up, Homer?
Doing good, man. I'm pumped up, like I was saying, man. Got a big day tomorrow. The NFL screwed us over, but it's all right. I think John Gruden's going to use that as motivation. You know, to get this team up for tomorrow's game, man. Pump them up and let them know that it's us against the world. You know, we're going to come out, we're going to play well. Now, you know, we were talking earlier, but I've been thinking here a little bit, you know, the Bucs are really good at blitzing, but you got to remember that Derek Carr is good against the blitz also. So this could really turn into an exciting game. And you were talking about scoring 30 points to beat them. If the Bucs blitz like that and Carr gets that ball out and those intermediate routes, and Ruggs can break free and get the yak yards and take it to the house, you might have hit the nail right on the head, man. So I'm looking forward to this. But hey, John, can I ask you a favor real quick?
Go for it, man. Anything.
Yeah, can you take that John Gruden Buck statue out of the picture?
For you, and because you asked nicely, I'll kind of move him over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, get rid of him, man.
I'll leave you with this ring instead.
Running around the sidelines back in 2003.
Yeah. Hey, John, when you do get over to the house, I got a 6-foot Gruden, and he's dressed appropriately.
Nice. Your Captain Tim Young has one of those too.
Yes. But yeah, again, he's dressed appropriately, not inappropriately.
That's what I love about you, Jay, is we can banter back and forth, and we're still friends afterwards.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
We hate the team, not the fans, right? That's the best way to be.
Exactly.
Be rude to the opposing fan.
Right. Unless they deserve it, and then if it comes to that point, go find a security person.
Oh, for sure, because there's bad fans in every fan base. There's always that one guy.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, Homer, I want to make sure that John gets the chance to hang out with a good-looking lady that's nearby. What else you got on the way out the door for us?
That's cool. I just wanted to call in, bullshit a little bit, and I want to say thanks for helping me out with Raider Homer's pregame show. Oh yeah, and so John, Mookie BUCS is coming on my show tomorrow, so
nice.
You tune in. I know that you had talked about showing interest in the Elite Superfan show, so
yeah, man.
We'll be in touch.
Which, by the way, Jay and Homer, I think Mookie was one of the 3 as well. I was, I got the number 1 spot, and I know he was in there as well. So you might want to ask him about that in the broadcast.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah,
that's you too. I almost puked when I saw it, but I made it through.
Yeah, I know. I agree. It's a typical Tampa thing. I understand the NFL's reasoning for it, but it's a typical Tampa thing. We get to host, or we get to be part of the national spotlight, and the NFL yanks the rug out from underneath us. WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's all the time. Too bad Trent Brown pulled that crap, man. He really screwed over a bunch of people, man. And the whole thing is, man, he's on Twitter now. He's still on Twitter posting about his Gucci bag or whatever and his cool cars. But that dude shows no remorse for the people's families that he put in danger. You know what I mean? That dude is trash, and I hope we get rid of him soon.
He's gone. I mean, like I said, whether it's this year, and I think the only reason why we're keeping him, Homer, is the fact that we're paying him, and we don't want to see him go someplace else and make them a better team because of him, because he wants to play for another team. Good, he can play for another team next year.
Jay and Homer, I have a question for you both.
Sure.
Just from a Raiders standpoint, Jay, you living in the Tampa Bay area, you know how much of a D-bag Warren Sapp was as a Buccaneer.
Oh, yes.
I remember at the sports store that we worked together, there was going to be a Warren Sapp signing across the street at Best Buy. The manager of said Best Buy called our store that same day and asked if we had autographed merchandise because Warren Sapp was not going to sign anything. So my question for you is, did he have the same rap in Oakland that he had with Tampa Bay?
Wow. Well, I tell you, I will say that that there is a certain receiver that played for the Raiders that refuses to be recognized as a Raider.
Tim Brown?
No. This is a let's just say it's something that grows on trees.
Gotcha.
Moss. You're talking about Randy Moss.
Yeah.
Warren Sapp and Randy Moss are 2 players that play for the Raiders that people generally do not accept. The Raider Nation, for the most part, believes that Warren Sapp basically took advantage of Al Davis in his checkbook. So,
sure.
We didn't think highly of him as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
I never liked him being on our team because he was a part of that championship team. But,
I get it.
he didn't really do anything. He didn't do anything to make the Raider Nation, love him. But basically, the Raider Nation is very forgiving. We hated Bill Romanowski for a long time, but then he came and played with us, and he was all about the Raiders. And so, he's still a big part of this of the Raider Nation. So,
right? Yeah.
Warren Sapp was not that guy.
We don't generally recognize Sapp or Moss. And again, that other person, 84, who never played it down, but they always call him former Raider,
Right.
former Raider. No, never played it down, John.
And let me put this out there.
That was awesome though when he played with y'all and he came back to Oakland and got the 100 touchdown in Oakland, and the nation had given him a standing ovation. That was a beautiful thing to see. So he was one of the players that was on both teams that still be loved. And of course, John Gruden, we still love John Gruden in the nation too.
For sure.
Hard down 2003.
And for the record, as far as as being a Bucs fan, I think that Tim Brown got done wrong by the Buccaneers. I mean, we signed him for that 1 year, and he came in, and they decided to put him as a kick returner. That was ridiculous. You don't do a Hall of Famer like that. That was just sad.
Yeah.
But that's sports.
But that's Tim Brown for you, though. I bet he didn't complain one bit.
Oh, no, he's collecting the paycheck.
He did his job as a player,
Yep, exactly.
You got it. All right. Hey, John, anything for you? You gave us the question. That's why I wanted to make sure you answered it. Okay. Fuck that.
Yeah. No, that's what I wanted to know, because I wasn't, I see things from one point of view because I'm a Bucs fan, but wondered what it was like on the other side.
Yeah. He's not well liked.
No.
Yeah.
And as you know, Jay, he was viewed as a great player, but as a human being,
exactly. Not the greatest person.
No.
And John, he lives basically, if I can point my hand because I know where he used to live, he lives about a mile, or lived, I should say, about a mile from my house.
And I hate to talk so badly about Warren Sapp, because that's Big Nasty's favorite player. I think that's the reason he wears the 99 on his jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now did he get a new jersey? Nasty.
Nasty? No, he still wears the 99. His orange Buccaneer custom jersey is the one that is hanging in the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
And by the way, if you look closely on the back of his jersey, you'll see this Buccaneer Invasion logo patch on there.
Yep.
So yours is in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. And John, I still got your patch.
Awesome.
I still got that patch. It just only for you.
Yeah.
Only for you. I keep it here. I
have a game day pin for tomorrow's game that I have to show you.
Oh,
I ordered it a couple of days ago, and it's really nice.
Oh,
where's the Raiders logos on it? eBay. It's like
shit. I gotta find it. All right. Hey, Homer. Hey, brother. Thank you for calling in, bro.
Hey,
nice talking to you, Homer.
I'm gonna plug this little show that's coming up. Raider Nation, after Captain Jack's show, you tune in to my channel. We're gonna have Raider Nation music television going on with me, Asylum, and Oakland Raiders Savage, and we're gonna have Jace White, aka Electric Jace Man, come on. He's the guy that wrote the One Nation Under the Football God song that I've used in a couple of my promo videos. We have the Captain Jack show. Please tune in.
Yeah.
Have a good night. Appreciate it.
All right. Hey, thanks again there, Homer. You take care.
Good night, John.
Yeah, and Homer, definitely contact me if you need any help with occupying time on your podcast.
Absolutely, and we'll be in touch. Me and Fred will be in touch.
All right, brother. Take care. Good luck tomorrow.
Bringing on Superfan, so we'll be in touch.
Good luck tomorrow. Hopefully it goes this way, but for you guys, I kind of, it wouldn't upset me.
There you go.
All right, cool.
All right.
Bye.
All right. Take care. Well, John, again, that was Homer. Thank you for calling in, Homer, and thank you for calling in, Gus. I want to make sure that you are on the good end of the young lady that's to your left.
To my left, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But again,
he loves this. So
great thanks to you for being here. Great thanks to Keith for being here as well. Thank you for everybody that is joining me tonight. We definitely like Keith said, like John said, like I'm saying, I want to see a very good football game. Yeah. I want to see something that's entertaining. Now, granted, we have diversity as to who we want to win, but that goes without saying. But I want to see something that's worthwhile, and that's for sure.
And Jay, that if You're probably the same as I am, that as long as my team puts forth an effort and I believe that they exhausted every opportunity that they had, even if they lose, I'm going to leave happy. I'll be fine. But if they go out and miss a lot of chances, then, I'm not going to be so happy.
Yeah. I had one of those games when we were playing the Bills. I wasn't quite as pissed. I had a game when we played the Cheatriots, and I think it's because it was the Cheatriots, and I had a major Tourette syndrome type of show afterwards. But again, only because of you and Keith, I really try to watch my mouth. I really do.
I get it.
Okay. Hey, folks, thank you for joining us. Make sure I will be on tomorrow after the game. It won't be right after the game.
David Buck, 4:05 tomorrow.
Right. The game will be 4:05, and however long it takes for me to get home, I will have my regular Sunday night show. Just be looking here for it, and we'll be talking about that great Raider victory or that damn Raider defeat. Because, it's either one or the other, and I'm hoping it's that great Raider victory, obviously.
Oh, yeah. And if you don't expect – if you don't look for victory every game, then why are you watching?
Exactly. You might be a Browns fan.
What is it that Ricky Bobby says? You're either first or last.
That's right.
So,
right. Again, John, I appreciate you being here. Stand a little while. I'm going to end the broadcast. Stand in the broadcast room for a little bit. Yep. Folks, thanks again. Y'all take care. We will see you tomorrow on the Ask Captain Jack show. Maybe we might even have John and his lady friend call in tomorrow.
I'm here for whatever you need, Jack.
Okay. Y'all take care. We will see you tomorrow night after the game, sometime after the game. Give me a chance to get home. That's for sure. Take care, everybody.